It's a big night of cricket. The Proteas locked in a battle against India in the T20 World Cup final taking place in Barbados. And it has been an on and off with India starting a little bit in control. And then South Africa did manage to get those 3 quick wickets. But India did manage to solidify their run rate, currently at 134 for the loss of 4. Yolulwe Qoshe is at the Fan Park at the Wanderers and joins us now. Yolulwe, it has been one of those a true final indeed, as they say, where at one point we thought India was in charge or in control, and then South Africa came into being. But what is happening at the Fan Park, and how are fans responding to what we're seeing so far?
Well, a very good evening to you, Studio Gwen, as well as to the viewers at home. There have been some very boisterous fans who have joined us here at the Wanderers Cricket Stadium, who have also witnessed what you're witnessing. A final that keeps swinging from one side to the other. But like you said, that is the true test of a final. That is the stuff of a final. That's where the players' mentalities creep in. The guys with the best mentalities are always able to get through that threshold and be able to get their team over the line. Now, a person that knows all about being in finals and getting a team over the line, especially in the 20 overs format of the game, is a Lion. We are at the home of the Lion, so I managed to find a young Lion on the loose myself. I don't know if I should fear for my safety, but there's a Lions fast bowler with me, Ayavuya Myoli. Thank you so much for your time. Let's speak about your 2 teammates involved in that final so far. Very close with Kagiso Rabada, your fellow fast bowler. It's a pressure situation there. How is Kagiso Rabada under pressure?
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, man, I think the guys, for us, the Lions, I think we always say join the pride with the pride of Josie. And I think, guys, we've always been under pressure. I think every season you get to know you have to win 2 or 3 trophies in a season. If you don't get 2 trophies, you're under pressure as a franchise. So pressure has always been under it, and we've always lived in the Joburg. It's a fast city, and everything, we have to handle everything. So I think pressure, and also knowing Kagiso personally as a guy, he's always a competitive guy, doesn't want to be beaten, everything, always challenge him with anything, and he always wants to win. He's a champion at heart. And likes of Riza Hendrick, a guy from Northern Cape in Kimberley, I think he's done it all. He's went through all the phases of cricket. He's been championed up, played for South Africa. Last season couldn't play a lot of games, but he was there and he ate his time and eventually got his chance. Hasn't been doing that great, but you never know. Against Afghanistan, he did well. He scored some runs. And it's final today. And you know that guy like Riza from Kimberley, straight from the diamond mines, and you'll know what he'll do for the team. So, yeah.
And what does the team have to do now in this situation? We've got a batter at the moment in Virat Kohli who seems to be running away with it. How do they manage to either restrict him or get him out of the game?
Yeah, I think this stage of the game, I think they know it's only like 3 overs to go. And I think the guys are just going. And I think the wicket is a bit of bounce, a bit slow. But I think what I think it's if you can defend the score not over 180, 175, 170, I think that would be a score that you can chase. Anything a bit over 180, I think we're gonna be a bit under pressure. But I think the guys are doing well for now. It's just keep calm and then keep on doing what they're doing. I think we started well, got those early wickets, and Kohli's got a lot to prove because he has been scoring a lot of runs. So if we can get him out, that's a bonus for us on our side.
Do you think that's working in the favor of Kohli? A lot of people are talking about the Rohit Sharmas. A lot of people are talking about the Yadavs, the Surya Kumars. He has come into this one, not too much pressure on him, and he's now delivering on the big stage. Do you think not having that pressure has allowed him to be as expressive as he is out there with the bat?
I think there's always pressure. There's always pressure. Like a guy like Kohli, I think he hasn't been really scoring runs, but you can never write him off as a batsman. It's a guy who's got a big BMT. You can see by the way he prepares himself, how he goes about his game. So he's a guy that will always come out the top. So you never write a guy like Kohli off. You never know. And they've been keeping him in the team. There's some good youngsters that have been performing well in the IPL. But you know Kohli, you know a guy that you can never write off from the side. He's got big BMT, how he takes care of his game and how he goes about his life in cricket and everything.
And also now, when we're looking at our batting, when they're changing the innings, they say Barbados is the Kensington Oval, is a batter-friendly wicket. When you see how freely Kohli and the boys are scoring their runs, does that also bode well? Is a guy like Quinton de Kock licking his lips at the moment, as well as Reza Hendricks, who will be opening the batting for South Africa. Do they now see a chance because of how very Kohli has been going in this innings?
Yeah, I think the wicket that we played on is one of the best wickets that the guys have played in the whole World Cup, I would say. And you look at that wicket, it's more, there's a bit of bounce, and then, you know, in South Africa, we've got a bit of bounce in our wickets. So I'd say it's one of the wickets that suits us all, but there's a bit of slowness in the wicket. I hope there are no cracks that's going to slow things down and have deviations and all those things. But I think that's the best wicket that I think we've played in compared to the other ones we played in. Because I think if anything over 180 is going to be a bit of a challenge, but something that we can do. At 170, 175, I think something that we can manage. And the guys, I think it's more similar to South African wickets that we're used to.
And lastly, there was talk about a thunderstorm happening at some point in this game, which could bring in effect a Duckworth Lewis situation. How does that be brought about? Will the Proteas have to be in their innings first and have a couple of overs before we can start doing the calculations?
Yeah, I think there's a certain overs that you can face. I know there's always a day reserved for Sunday. We reserved on Sunday, but I think I watched the game against it was India and England. There was some rain delays there, but we had some minutes that covered the guys. And also, I think in the Caribbean, I think the drainage they've got good drainage of the fields there. So I think there's not a lot of the drainage is good. So I think we spend like 45 minutes out and then be back in it, and then it tries out well. So I think let's not think of that Duckworth Lewis, because we know the history of it. I think the guys should just keep on doing what they're doing and focus on the game, and the country just backing the boys and just believing that this one will take it back home.
Oh yeah, I'm going to release you at the moment. I see your heart is in the game. It feels like you're out there about to bowl your overs as well. Thank you so much for your expertise here on Newzroom Afrika this evening.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you.
Well, Kwena, that was, of course, Ayavuya Myoli, a Lions bowler, talking to us about the intricacies of what it's like to be a player out there in the middle. He spoke to us about the pitch, he spoke about the conditions. That's the type of detail that we are getting here at Newzroom Afrika from players who are actually having experience in the middle, players that also know two players that are in that team, talking to us about the character of a Kagiso Rabada, speaking about the character of a Reza Hendricks, saying he is confident that these two characters, because he knows them, they can thrive under pressure and hopefully be able to bring South Africa their first ever Cricket World Cup. That's it for us here at Wanderers for now. Winner.
Well, thank you very much, Yolulwe Qoshe at the Wanderers Stadium. A very tight game, still about an over and a half to be bowled for the first innings. Remember, India won the toss and decided to bat. So, as you heard from the guest, a score of 170, 180 will be at least reasonable for South Africa to chase. And it will be very interesting to see how, indeed, the wicket turns as the day goes on.